Hello student, you are here because you need to revise for your EOY Chapter 8 Bank Reconciliation. Now we are going to do the 4N prelim paper for Boon Lay Sec, and this is the background. Josh Line provides the financial statements, and one of it is a cash at bank account as well as the bank statement. Now this bank statement is quite unusual. I mean the cash account at bank account is fairly similar, but the bank statement is quite unusual. In this case, the bank statement has got debit and credit instead of withdrawal and deposit. Now we know that the balance in the bank statement, right, is a liability. Why is it a liability? Because this amount doesn't belong to the bank. It actually belongs to the business. Therefore, it is not an asset to the bank. It is a liability to the bank. Anytime you ask the bank to return money to you, the bank has to do it. So therefore, you see that the accounting rule is debit is negative minus. All right, so debits are minus, credits are plus. Okay, so debits are minus, credits are plus. And that's also why you see that the balance brought down for the cash at bank account is a credit balance. All right. Now, so just to remind you, because the value in the bank statement is a liability to the bank, the accounting rule is minus plus. The normal balance of a bank statement to the bank, all right, is a credit. Debits in the bank deposits are withdrawals and credits are deposits. Okay, and if we are fine with this, we are going to go on and interpret the following entries in the cash at bank account. What's happening on the 8th of December? So let's take a look at 8th of December. Now, cash at bank account, you know that the debits are positive values, whereas the credits are negative minus, meaning debit cash at bank increases, credit cash at bank reduces. And what is happening on the 8th of May in green, all right? What's happening on this 8th of May? You can see that your cash at bank account has increased by $4,000. What is the other account affected? The other account affected is sales revenue. So what is really happening? Jocelyn sold goods for $4,000, right? The value you must have. And what did she do? She sold goods, all right? And then she received sales revenue via a check. Because it's cash at bank account, you have put the money inside. You have put the check into the cash at bank account. All right? What about 11th of December? For 11th of December, we can see that cash at bank account has reduced minus by 2,000. The other account affected is inventory. So why did cash at bank reduce? Because of inventory? You must have purchased some inventory. So you can say something like that. She purchased inventory and it cost $2,000 and she paid by check. Right? B and C is quite straightforward. Name two reasons for the transaction. Now, what is this transaction on the 28th? Over here, they have told you Zafini and then they have told you dishonored check. So quite straightforward. They're asking you what are two reasons for dishonored check. And you can see the secret manual notes, page 16. You can use any two reasons. All right. If I were you, I would try to remember the shorter ones first, these two first. And then after that, maybe also try to remember one or two long ones. Okay, C, name two timing differences which may be updated in the cash at bank account. So again, secret manual, page 16. All right, and these are any two of these direct deposits, which is what another person directly puts into your bank account, maybe via PayNow, PayLah, or internet banking. Direct payments, these are directly deducted from your cash at bank account, no approval required by you. A lot of this is like insurance, salary, mobile expenses, they are directly deducted. Dishonored checks, which is your trade receivable paid you, you put in a bank account, but eventually you find out that you cannot receive this money because of the reasons stated above. right? And the last two is check not yet presented. You have made payment, but the other person hasn't given the check to the bank to receive the money, or deposits in transit. The deposits are transiting, moving to your bank account. That's why you cannot see in the bank statement. Okay, next D, update the cash at bank account. Now at this point in time, I want to highlight, right? I want to highlight the steps for preparing a bank reconciliation. So if I scroll down to page 18, so these are the A cup. A stand for what? Agree the opening balances. All right, so in this case, we have agreed the opening balances. Both of them are 4855. A debit in the cash at bank account is a credit in the bank statement. So that's fine. Agree opening balances. A cup. The second step is C, compare bank statement and cash at bank account. If it's the same value, put a tick. If it's not the same value, you circle or highlight it. So I've also already done it. You can check your work here. The only funny thing is this. Look, on the 22nd of December, you have received some money from Zafini. Then you deposited this amount into the cash at bank account via a check. All right, and the problem is that on the 28th, we actually have that Zafini has a dishonored check. What does this mean? Originally, Zafini had money to pay you, so he or she gave you a check which you put into the bank account. Then after that, you realize there's not enough money in the bank account, Zafini's bank account, and that's why this is a dishonored check. Now, a dishonored check, the bank doesn't call the customer up. Actually, the bank will inform the customer through the bank statement. So this is an information to you, new information. You did not realize that Zafini could not pay. All right, it's new information. So what do? The two accounts affected are, okay, so that is a dishonored check. And the two accounts affected are over here. Here. The two accounts affected are cash at bank, credit, minus, why minus because you did not receive money from Zafini. She said, I will pay, give you a check, but like scam you. All right, so you did not receive money from her. And you cannot just write Zafini, you should write trade receivables, Zafini. The word dishonored check is optional. The other two, commission income and commission insurance expense, is quite straightforward. Then we calculate what is the balance brought down. So in this case, the balance brought down is 4955, debit in the cash at bank. All right. Next step, they ask you to prepare a bank reconciliation statement. So when you prepare a bank reconciliation statement, remember to always remember to prepare that means always remember to write the title. So we are going to write the title now, bank reconciliation statement. Okay, right, so how does this happen? Okay, so the next step is to prepare this bank reconciliation. We are always going to start with balance as per bank statement. Right, now the bank statement on 31st of December informs you, tells you that there is 2755 credit balance in your bank statement, right? Your bank account, there's 2755 credit, all right? And that's fine actually, because the bank acknowledges that the bank owes you a money. So it is to you, it is an asset. You're going to receive money from the bank. So you will say balance as per bank statement 2775. Okay, the first item, $4,000. Let's take a look at what this 4,000 is. Now this 4,000 was that sales revenue. So what is this banker trying to, what does this transaction mean? This transaction means that you have already received a check from the bank and maybe you have deposited it, but it's still on the way to the bank. The banker did not record it because he did not receive information about this 4,000. So these things are called, the one highlighted in green is called a deposit in transit. An easy way to remember is isn't in a debit column. So therefore, this is a deposit in transit. Start with D. Not only that, because debits are increases plus. So you must plus the balance according to the bank statement, because your bank statement have not recorded it. So I'm going to just show you. So over here, you have the bank statement number, and then you add deposit in transit, and you have sales revenue. All right, because you have earned, you have negotiated the deal, just that you have not carried it out yet. All right, and because, sorry, not that you haven't carried, you have, all right, you have received the money. It's just that it's still on the way to the bank account. That's why deposit in transit, and you need to add to the bank statement. All right, the next one, all right, is less what? Right, less what? Over here, we have the next item, which is in gray. This 资源 1008. Now, 资源 1008 is in the credit column. So this is a check not yet presented. What does check not yet presented mean? It means that you have made the payment. Right? You already wrote out the check and you want to pay. That's why you recorded in the credit minus cash at bank. But the other person hasn't deducted the amount from the bank statement. And therefore, you have to minus away from balance as per bank statement. That's why you have right at the bottom, less minus away 1008. And then when you add up the total, your adjusted balance as per cash at bank account should be the same. This value here should be the same as this value here. And once you do have it the same, you have completed your bank reconciliation statement. An easy 11 marks. All the best in your revision.